Welcome to the Christian Life Coach Collective. I am your host, Laura Malone, and we're here to talk about life coaching, entrepreneurship, leading yourself well, and lots of spirit-led life and business strategies. So thanks for joining me on this journey, and let's jump into today's episode. All right. Well, some of you have been praying for this information, and I know that because I used to pray for it. You might not even realize what you've been asking for, but personally, I didn't. I didn't know what I needed or wanted, but I kept calling out to God. I never really found it in the way that I wish I had had it. So I'm laying out to you the Called to Coach course that opens tomorrow, and I have a great Black Friday deal on it. It is half price, and it has some awesome bonuses. I'm sharing about it with you today because I want you to have a good insight about what it is and why you would need it, if it's for you or not. And honestly, to begin with, I loved coaching people wherever they were in life, not just in business. I've been doing it for decades, even before I started doing it as a job and started a business and it made any money. I would say I've been a coach since I was 13, and so those skills have been developing for a very long time. I've done it in ministry and in leadership, and definitely as a parent. So when I started working with coaches, Christian coaches specifically, I wanted to work with them mostly just on their coaching practice. How to show up in sessions, like how to be a coach, developing their skills and their tools and their methods. And then over time, I began to see most of their questions were just like the questions I used to ask, because coaching felt like it came naturally, but business didn't. And they wanted a business and they felt called to coach, but they didn't know how to make it happen because my clients weren't necessarily feeling called to be an entrepreneur. I personally am called to entrepreneurship and I really love it, but I hadn't really dialed into how I could help other people with that yet. And business coaching is something that I've actually come to really, really love. So we're talking about the new Called to Coach course. And if you feel called to coach, I want to give you all the info about it so you can focus more on developing your coaching practice and let me be your guide into business strategy and release you from the angst of figuring it all out on your own. I'll tell you, I know that it's possible for you to do it with me because I already did it. I have hindsight, how I already did it. And I did it alone. So it took me a long time to figure it all out because I didn't know what I didn't know. And I want to show you that if it was possible for me to figure it all out on my own, then it is possible for you to figure it out with me. So if you're called to coach, let's actually get you going, because I know that you're not looking to just create a job. And sure, there's a lot of business coaches or coaches out there, programs out there that say, let's get you out of your 9-to-5 and let's get you making a bunch of money and not working for the man. I get that. That's not really who I am. I know that my clients don't just want a job. They want to make an impact. They want to bring the truth into the world and help people grow and be healthy and free. And they also want to give a little bit of focus to their own story and develop their own calling in life with God. They want to create a legacy, and they want to do the thing that they are called to do for such a time as this, right? They want that Esther moment. And I believe that my clients believe coaching is what they're made to do. And instead of just working to pay the bills all day long and then doing a little bit of coaching over here whenever they get a chance or on Sunday at church, they want to actually see what they do all day long connected to a purpose. And I see, like, even in my podcast episodes, I'll tell you, some of the most downloaded episodes are the ones that have to do with purpose, identity, and calling, because it's a thing that everybody wants. Everybody's searching for it. Not everybody is like, oh my gosh, I just wish I could work for myself, or I wish I just had a job. People always want to know more about their purpose and their identity and their calling. I love the fact that my purpose, identity, and calling is all day long tied to what I do. So it's not about making money, but it's about the fact that I can make money to do what I need to do in life so I can pay bills and be benevolent by doing what I'm called to do, by walking in my purpose and doing it with God. Being spirit-led in business is one of the most amazing blessings I think that there really could ever be. So I know that when I tried to teach myself how to play the keyboard, I didn't know the language in order to search for the answers that I needed to teach me. So I didn't know what something was called. Like if I wanted to just be able to play something pretty with my right hand up and down in the key of C, I didn't know what was that called? How do I do a search online to learn how to do it, right? So in the course, I actually want to answer all of those questions and teach you about the language of what I call coachpreneurship, so that it's entrepreneurship, it's all business focused, but it's specific to you as a coach. And I introduce you to language because you're not necessarily going to be, like me. I wasn't a musician to the degree that I'd been classically trained or gone to school for musical theory, any of those things. So I didn't have the words. I just knew that my fingers needed to play the keyboard and I wanted to write worship songs, right? I knew I wanted to lead worship from the piano as well as the guitar. I knew what I wanted to do, what was in my heart to do, but I didn't know how to go find it. I didn't have the money to pay somebody to teach me. I had little babies and we had a kind of like a startup nonprofit ministry. So we had a lot going on and I just didn't have extra to invest in that. And a lot of you feel the same way. Like you don't have the extra money. It's a luxury to go learn those things, which is, again, part of my heart to make things easily accessible and affordable. But I want you to be able to make an investment into your future by stepping into a course that teaches you the foundations of everything. And then you get to take ownership of that and turn it into the thing that's right for you, the story that you and God craft and write for your own calling and coaching business and practice, right? I want to share with you the language inside of this course. I want to teach you what to do with that language. I want to teach you the strategy and flow of a system of processes that is streamlined but simple, understandable. So making it very clear. And I want you to be able to take massive action instead of passive action like I did for years because I didn't know what to do. I was just doing, silly little things in front of me. Some of that turned out to be a benefit and a blessing, but a lot of it, I look back and I think, wow, I really wasted a lot of time. And I know that you need clients, but you don't know how to find them. I know you need a system, but you might not even know you need a system. And especially if you've never been coached, if you've never been a client in a coaching relationship, you haven't even walked through a system like that yourself to understand what kind of flow you need to create for your client journey. And I know that you want to build your business without going into debt, but you're not sure that's even a thing. And you want support and prayer, but you don't know anybody who gets where you're going. And I have pioneered that path and I want to invite you to walk on it. So I know you're also worried or wondering about things like, would people actually pay me to do the thing that, here's the deal. Clients say, I just don't feel confident in asking or even right. Like it's okay to ask clients to pay me to do something that is so natural and easy for me that I feel God called me to. And here's what I'm going to say. If a doctor feels called to be a doctor, should they not get paid for it? If a lawyer goes through all of those years of training and then just because they feel so natural in the court and so walking in their purpose and their calling of what God designed them to do, should they not ask you to pay for their services? It's the same thing. Just because you're called to it, just because it's easy for you, just because it lights you up and gives life to your heart, doesn't mean you can't get paid to do it. I want you to remove that limiting belief. And if it's a lie, you need to cut it out and you need to replace it with the truth. And you're worth your wage. And here's the deal. Sometimes it's just a poverty mindset that we're struggling with. And sometimes it's actually lies that we've been taught by the people around us, even inside the church, that we're supposed to do everything for free. But I'm telling you, it's free means that the value of it is less than what the value I'd get out of something I paid for is. I don't want you to get something free, because if it's free, it doesn't have a value attached to it. And I want to create valuable, consumable content and training that blesses you and benefits you and bears good fruit in your life. That means it's going to have a price tag attached to it, because I don't want just people who, are looking for freebies and handouts. No, I want people who are actively seeking to make an investment in their lives. That's what I want. That's what I'm creating for. It's who I am creating for. And I know you're wondering, do I have to be on social media to build a business? The answer is absolutely not. You don't even have to be on there at all to build a business. I do not use social media to build a business. I never have. I never will. And you're wondering if you actually could find something to coach people on. You can coach, but you don't know until you're in front of somebody. I was very like that for a long time. I felt like I don't know what I coach on, but I know when people are in front of me, I start coaching them. And there's a key to dialing that in. And I go through that in the Niche Clarity course, which I highly recommend. I don't make it a prerequisite, but I'm going to tell you, if you don't take it before you take Call to Coach, you're missing out. So the Black Friday bundle, actually, if you get Called to Coach between November 21st and November 30th, 2023, then you actually get the Niche Clarity course with it for free, okay? And you want to do that first, because it lays a foundation and it teaches you a process to help develop what's inside of you and turn it into a tangible coaching offer, okay? All right, you're also wondering, can I charge money? What do I charge? How do I charge it? And what if I invest all of this and then nobody hires me? What if they think I'm an imposter and I'm not a perfect expert yet? And do I have to have a website built before I can make an offer to anybody? The answer is no. There's my short and sweet answer. But I will teach you inside of the course what you do need to do. And I know that you're looking for an easy way to market yourself without it being slimy. I know you want a clean marketing strategy, and I want to teach you that. I know you're a coach, not a marketer, but I'll teach you what you have to do to market the offer. That just means you have to communicate what you can do and who you can do it for, so they have the ability to book a session with you. If you don't tell them, they will not come. If you don't build it, they will not come. There's nothing to come to. And marketing is simply just communicating what you have available. It's not what your negativity bias says about all of the experiences that you've had that you felt control and manipulation about, or they felt sleazy and slimy. That's not marketing. That's just sleazy and slimy, right? That's just manipulation. That is not true marketing. And I'm going to teach you a clean marketing approach. And I know that you need money sooner than later, so you can actually build for the business. And you need clarity and a solid strategy for your client journey and the processes that people need to go through. You need testimonials and you need content to figure out what you have to say, what you carry from your life experience and your stories. But the thing is that you're stuck here without a clear plan of action that brings you clarity and grows your confidence. And you want to be over there doing what you're made to do, making money with a ministry marketing mindset and spirit-led business strategy. So what you need is the simple system of processes that I teach you. They all flow into each other. They all become a blessing because this is the long game. We're not just doing a hobby in the she shed, and we're not just looking for people to practice on for free. And we aren't looking for, here's a little bit of a setup and now I'm making 6 figures and I don't really have to do much more work. Okay. And we're not looking for, just a get rich quick scheme with no Jesus involved. We want to serve God and we want to serve others by doing what God has designed us to do. And I know that you feel the longing in your soul and the pull of your spirit into becoming a coachpreneur who full-time can do what you're made to do and offer transformation opportunities and guide other people down the road they're walking. So coachpreneurship is about calculated risks, stepping into unknowns, but the deal is you don't have to do it by yourself. So to bridge this gap between being stuck and thriving, I created Called to Coach. And I know you might not have ever done anything like this before, so I'm trying to keep it super, super simple. And I know you don't feel super qualified. I know you worry about failing or you worried about letting yourself down and letting, your friends and family, proving them right when you think that they're going to say, sure, or sure, this is just another thing you're starting, or what the heck is coaching? Like life coaching? That I don't even know what that is. Why would you start a business doing that? Like nobody knows what it is. You are worried that you might prove them right, but I'm here to tell you that you're not going to prove them wrong. You're just going to show them the path. You're going to show them the way, the light, the truth, okay? And you're going to let them know that God is with you. And I know that you can do this. I have the ability to look back and see how I did it. Even though I couldn't look forward to see how to do it, I could look back and see how I did it. And now I want to pass that on to you. And I want to cast vision for what is possible in your life and your business. Your coaching business is meant to be thriving, not just surviving. Your coaching practice will bring transformation and so much growth to so many people. And I know that your friends and family are not your clients. So I want to teach you how to find the people who are the right client for you because they are out there. And I used to have a sticky note that said, my clients are on their way to me. I actually had to remind myself because for so long it felt empty, like just such an empty space. I don't even know how to find the people who would, find my coaching, my help useful in their lives. I didn't know how to find them. And I have figured it out. They are out there, but we need them to find you. So I'm going to teach you how to put valuable, consumable content into the world so that they can find you. And you know what? When they find you, they want you. You don't have to go beg for clients. You share what you carry. Then they say, wow, this is so helpful. And then you say, hey, I can coach you. And they say, yes, please. It's so smooth and easy transition. You don't have to beg anybody. And you can really work with the right people. So this course is not about learning how to be a coach. That is what I do in the greenhouse course. But this is about how to learn to be an entrepreneur, what I call a coachpreneur, right? Wearing all the hats, taking all the risks, but also being the one who reaps all the rewards. So if you feel like God has called you to be a coach and you're ready to step into a discipline and creating a legacy for you and your family, you want to start, take imperfect action, you want to follow through and commit to yourself and be accountable to the Lord, and you are willing to let somebody lay out a strategy that you can step into and then take it and make it yours, then it is the right course for you. But if you want somebody else to do all the work for you, you want to get rich quick, you want high touch coaching, which can only come through one-to-one sessions, or you want something because it's, a little FOMO, you don't want to miss out on it, or it's the shiny new object syndrome and you need it, but you're not going to follow through. Or honestly, if you just want to stay stuck because stuck has been comfortable after all these years, then this is not the right course for you, okay? I'm going to teach you the Sokoka system. That's in the gardening series on the podcast in the 180s, 190s. And this is the simple system of processes that every online coaching business needs in order to grow into a successful business. That's sharing valuable and consumable coaching content to encourage and educate your audience. And then offering, that's your marketing piece. You have to make offers. You have to know what you offer and be very clear about what you offer, and use the organic marketing framework that I teach you to actually turn that into your marketing system. That's where you get to make offers to work with people. And then you need to convert them. You have to help readers and listeners and partakers of what you create in content. And you have to convert them through helping them to overcome the thoughts and struggles and the mindsets that keep them from making investments into themselves. Then you need an onboarding process where you guide your ideal client through the process that brings them into your coaching ecosystem. Then you actually coach them, and you need, your methods and your flow and your sessions, and then you assess everything. All of the processes, you continually tweak and refine. You start out with imperfect action, rough draft, and you edit it so that it becomes a final draft one day that you look at, and you're always trying to up-level what you've offered, what you're doing, and the processes and how they're working. So with the Call to Coach, you're going to have connection with other people in a private Facebook group for all of the course students. And you get ability to book one-to-one sessions with me. I only work with clients who are in the courses. So that's the only way you can get a one-to-one coaching session. And inside that session, you just take the place that you are inside of the course, and you're like, okay, she taught me how to do this. I want to pass by. I want feedback on my process, the names of my business, my offer, the process that I'm setting in place for myself, or the content I'm creating, or the niche that I'm going after. And I want Laura's feedback, and I want her to confirm that I'm headed in the right direction, and I want her help on a more contextualized, high-touch coaching session. And so the only way you get that is by actually being in one of the courses already. And then we focus in on that. So you're not wasting time. You're actually booking a session for something in particular because you want to go after that. And so I like to work with clients who are really dialed in about what they're going after, and they know what they need help in. So you figure that out ahead of time so we can actually spend our whole time really contextualizing and dialing in the language and the next steps and really getting that strategy laid out for you so you can become successful sooner in it. You also get first access to any workshops or resources that I provide in the future, and live monthly coaching calls. If you're a student in any Sterling and Stone courses, you actually get invited to a monthly coaching call, and either you get coached on there or you get to learn from everybody else getting coached on there. And it's pretty awesome because there's so much that goes into it. And if you're in any of the courses, then you get to come onto this call and benefit from it. So, all right, if you're ready to do this, then some of the more details. Number one, I said this earlier, the Niche Clarity course is highly, highly recommended. Like, that is step one. Go do that first, because the business model I'm sharing with you actually stems from a very priority foundational teaching within the Niche Clarity course. So if you skip that, you're going to miss out on a bunch of goodness, like a marketing strategy within the niche clarity course if you skip it. Okay. So there's things that you need inside of Called to Coach that you get inside of the niche clarity course. Go do that first. And with the Black Friday bundle, it's free, right? So if you buy the Called to Coach between the 21st and the 30th of November, 2023, then you get the niche clarity course first. What happens is you buy it and you get the first module available to you of Called to Coach, and then you get the niche clarity course. So between the time you buy it and January 1st of 2024, you do the niche clarity course and you can go through module 1 of Called to Coach. And on January 1st, you get module number 2 of Called to Coach. And then every other week from there, you get the rest of the 10 modules dripped to you. So that's online content, online learning is, this is one of those things, teaching you definitions. A dripped course, as opposed to instant access, means that you get the content dripped to you over a specific time. And what I'm doing is you'll get it bi-weekly. If you purchase this course after January 1st, then you get access and it will just come to you every other week, a new module for 10 modules. But if you get this during Black Friday deal, then you get module 1 and the niche clarity course. And then the second module doesn't open up until January 1st because honestly, people are busy. It's the holiday season. I want you to have access to something, but I don't want you to actually get started on the rest of the course until January 1st. We're going to get through the holidays here, and then we're going to start taking massive action in January and get your business really solidly set up. So that is part of the Black Friday deal. Now, in the future, if you're listening to this, then the course is open to you as soon as you purchase it. Module 1 becomes available. But the niche clarity course, although you'll be able to add it on, it's not going to be free in the future. And I think what I'm going to do is, we'll just say that you get the best deal if you get it during the Black Friday special between the 21st and the 30th. But in the future, let's just say the niche clarity course, if you buy it by itself, is $99 right now. The price on that will go up, but it will be available at a lower price if you purchase it with Called to Coach. There will always be a little bit of a benefit when you bundle the two. But if you can't afford to jump into Called to Coach, I understand it's the time of year, I would really recommend get niche clarity course, get that done. Do that first. And then save up your money. Ask people to give you money for Christmas to do the Called to Coach course. Why not? And, they can even email me, support at sterlingandstonementoring.com. They can email and purchase a gift card. Okay. All right. So you have immediate access to module 1. And then the course is as you go, know as you go. That means you get access to all of the modules bi-weekly over 20 weeks. And it gives you time in between the new training to actually get stuff done because there is going to be a lot of work. You're building a business. It's not all going to get done in 20 weeks. You're going to take time, but this is your starting point. You're just going to be taking imperfect action, trying it out, experimenting, and doing these things all in beta form, okay? I'm teaching you how to start all of this. And then you're going to always tweak and refine. For that's the rest of your life. You will tweak and refine. The rest of your business, tweak and refine. That's why part of the Sokoka system is assess at the end. You must assess and always look to up-level everything that you're doing. And see if it's not working. Here's the deal. A lot of stuff you try won't work. That's part of the process. That is part of the freedom to fail, to do something that didn't work out and do it again. with experience. You're not starting from scratch. You're starting with experience because you failed. And honestly, the failure is only based on your expectation. Failure just means that you looked for a certain result and you didn't get it. But that doesn't actually mean that you failed. It's just what you're making it mean. Okay? So we're actually going to work through that. Now you have access to the course for the lifetime of the course, meaning that you can always come back to it after the 20 weeks when it's stripped out to you. You can always come back to it for whatever step you're in, because building a business takes time. And everything you learn is not going to just be done in, a month. But you're going to see light on the next step because I'm going to shine it on there for you, okay? And I'm going to be actually praying with you and speaking life over you, encouraging you to build your business, doing what you're called to do. I get it, what you're going after, the things in your face, the headwinds that seem like they're against you, the struggles, the hindrances, the mindsets, the limiting beliefs, the lies, like you're not alone in these things. And I really desire for you to go further and faster than I did. I want you to stand on my shoulders, and I want you to go have an effect on the world around you and be a kingdom bringer, okay? So you're going to go from being stuck and not knowing what to do and not knowing if anybody wants what you have and feeling like an imposter as you try to start a business as a coach. 2, at the end, you're going to feel like you have a streamlined, systemized strategy that makes sense to you, that makes sense to others, that leads you both to success. And you're going to know how and where to take action so you get the kind of clarity that passive action is never going to get you. The clarity you get it'll lead you into greater confidence. And that's going to help you stand in your calling and walk it out more readily, more boldly. So I hope that this lays out very clearly for you what the Called to Coach course is. If you have questions, you can check out sterlingandstonementoring.com/called to coach. And basically all of this information is on that page and more. There's some frequently answered questions on there. There's more details about the pricing. And yeah, I'm putting this episode out today because tomorrow is when the Black Friday deal opens. Because it's not Black Friday, it is Black Friday season. This is a business holiday. We don't take time off in our business for Black Friday holiday. We actually work through it. And it's because this is a new course, but I want to make it a blessing to you. I want it to be affordable at this time of year because a bunch of you want to have your business up and going in 2024, and I want to make that happen. The course will double in price. It's going to go up because right now in the Black Friday course, it's going to be $299, which honestly is insane. I believe it is insane, but it's because I have a mindset of wanting to help you have what you need because I never had those things. So it's going to go up in January to $599, and then it will evolve and likely get more expensive as time goes on and I add more and more to it. Because you'll have lifetime access for the life of the course, meaning if I ever decide to retire it down the road years from now, and I decide to turn it into something else or exchange it for a different course or just stop doing it altogether, you have access to it with one purchase until it retires, if it ever does. But I will always give you advance notice so you can get in there and do everything you want and get everything you can out of it before it goes away. But that said, it's stripped to you over 20 weeks. So in that period of time, here's the deal. You should be able to get everything because you're jumping into it with discipline and decision and commitment, and you're making a choice to go after something. So I don't want you to need what I teach you in this course 3 years from now. I want you to have done it and then tweaked and refined it so that you're actually moving on to other courses that teach you how to grow the business that you started. This is a start your business course. Let's get you on track. You deserve it. Your calling deserves it. Let's stop playing small and start taking massive action to do this thing. Nobody even has to know you're doing it yet. You can do this, just you and Holy Spirit and me, okay? We can do this together. It's figure outable. It's completely possible. I believe that if you've listened this far in the podcast episode, then you are called to coach. You want this, and I want you to decide that you want it. Don't think about money or time or energy. Decide that you want it. If you don't want it, decide you don't want it, because that is a massive shift in your mind. If you want it, you will find a way to get it. If you don't want it, don't stay in the in-between of indecisiveness and let it keep sucking all of the energy out of your brain. Just decide, this is not what I want. It's not the right offer. It's not the right time for me. It's not the right thing at all. I don't actually believe that I'm called to coach. If you believe, don't be lukewarm about this. Either believe you're called to coach or believe you're not. If you don't believe you're called to coach, you wouldn't have listened to this whole episode thinking, gosh, I wonder if that's me. If you got this far, it is you. You are called to coach, and you want this, but you need to make that decision, a committed decision to yourself. Every time you make a committed decision that you want something, that it's you, that it's for you, you find a way to get it. You are resourceful. You can make this happen. You can find and create the time, the money, the energy, the whatever, the schedule. It doesn't matter. The hope, the belief. You can do this. And I want to be with you in it. And I believe in you. And yeah, I've said enough. I'm going to let you go. So check it out. Tomorrow is when the Black Friday deal is available. And you can find it on the website, sterlingandstonementoring.com. Or if you're on my email list, then you are going to get in the know. Or if you're in the Facebook group, Christian Life Coach Collective, get in there and you will be the first to know when it opens. Tomorrow morning, you'll be able to click that button and start this new journey into coaching and entrepreneurship. You can be a business owner and be successful and pay your bills and do what you're called to do and love every minute of it, just like I do. Talk to you later. Hey friends, don't forget to jump into the Christian Life Coach Collective Facebook group if you haven't already, so you can connect with like-directed people and get free resources and ask for feedback, all the things that are going to help support you on your calling as a coach. I hope to see you in there, and don't forget to subscribe to the show.